Good morning students. Today we are going to discuss about the new chapter acid, bases and salts in this video. So let's start. Now before coming to the actual meaning of acid, bases, right? In our daily life we consume a variety of things like vinegar. We use vinegar in many things. There is orange juice, lemon juice, right? Tamarind, which we call as imli. We use curd, right? We use baking soda in different things, right? So different things are there, and these things, they are having their own taste. That means orange will be having a different taste, curd will be having a different taste, baking soda will be having a different taste, right? So this means that depending on their taste, they can be bitter. Bitter means kadwa, right? They can be sour in taste. Sour means khatta, right? There are many things like sugar, common salt that we use at our homes, right? Chocolates, pastries, we all consume these types of things also, and they are sweet in taste. Salty substances are also there that will give you salty taste, right? So there are different types of things that are having their own taste. Now let us classify the things from these daily life, right? These things will be classified on the basis of their taste. Either they are bitter in taste, either they are sour, sugary or salty, right? So coming to the first example, we will be taking lemon juice. Let's say the second will be vinegar. Third is amla, orange juice, unripe mangoes, baking soda, tamarind, curd, grapes, sugar and salt, right? So coming to the lemon. Lemon, we all know it is sour in taste. Again vinegar, it is also sour in taste, right? Amla, they are bitter in taste, right? Orange juice, again they are sour in taste. Unripe mango, it can be sour also or it can be sweet also, right? So both cases we can consider. For the baking soda, again it is bitter in taste, kadwa. Tamarind, again it is sour, khatta. Curd is also having sour taste. Grapes, again they can be sour and sweet. Similarly, you can classify the orange juice also as sour and sweet, right? Sugar, this we know, sweet, and salt, we know this is salty in taste, right? So depending on the things, we have classified them as sour, bitter, sweet and salty. Now coming to our definition of acids, right? How we are going to define the acids now? So the meaning of acid actually is hidden in these terms, right? So whatever we have done, they are conveying you the meaning of acids. So acids are those substances that contain, or you can say that are sour in taste. So whatever substances we have discussed so far that are sour in taste, we classify such substances as acidic, right? These substances, they contain acids in them, thus their characteristic nature makes them acidic, right? So when we are going to call a substance as acidic, when it contains some acids, right? Or we can say if it is sour in taste, then we are going to call the substance as acidic, right? Now from where this term, this sour term is derived, right? So the meaning of this term sour, it is derived from the Latin word acre, right? So acre, which means sour in taste, right? So the term acids is derived from the Latin word acre, which means sour, right? So now coming to the next concept of types of acids now. So we are having two types of acids, right? First type is organic acids and the second type is mineral acids, right? So we are classifying acids into organic acids and mineral acids. So firstly, what are organic acids? So organic acids, these are basically found in plants and animals. That means they occur naturally, right? So these acids, they occur naturally, so that's why we can term them as natural acids also, right? So after this we will be discussing the various types of natural acids that are present in many types of the things that we consume. So mineral acids, as these occurs in nature, so that means mineral acids, they are such acids that are made in laboratories or that are human made, right? So they are obtained from minerals of earth and are prepared in labs. So we prepare such acids in the lab, so that's why we term them as the man-made acids, or you can also say them as laboratory acids, right? So this is the classification of acids as organic acids and mineral acids. Organic, they are found naturally, so they are also called natural acids, and mineral acids, they are basically prepared in the labs, so they are called as man-made acids. Okay. So next, we are going to do different types of acids that are present in different substances, right? So here we are going to write the name of acid, and second is they are found. So where you can find these acids, right? Starting with the first is acetic acid. This is very common, right? And this is present in vinegar. Second is lactic acid. Again, this is present in some edible substance, curd. The third type of acid is citric acid. Now this acid is present in various citrus fruits that include oranges, lemon, right? So the fourth category is oxalic acid. So this you can find in spinach. Fifth category of acid is formic acid, right? So this acid is present in the sting. Sting means dung. Ant stings or honeybee stings, right? So bees and ant stings, they contain formic acid, right? So let's categorize next also here. Tartaric acid. So next is tartaric acid. This is present in tamarind, amla, and mangoes. Okay. So here is the list of some acids that are present in some of the edible things: vinegar, curd, citrus fruits that we consume, spinach, tamarind, amla. Right? So acetic acid is present in vinegar, lactic acid is in curd, citric acid in the citrus fruits like lemon, oranges. These are the citrus fruit that contains ascorbic acids also. Oxalic acid, it is present in spinach. Formic acid in the stings of bees and ants. Tartaric acid in tamarind, amla, or you can include unripe mangoes also. Right? Unripe mangoes also. So they contain tartaric acid. Right? So coming to the next point, next is our mineral acids. So we have discussed about the organic acids or the naturally occurring acids like citric acid, formic acid, tartaric acid, ascorbic acid. So they are naturally occurring in many things, right? Now coming to the next concept of mineral acids that we prepare in our labs, right? So these includes the example of hydrochloric acid, which we call as HCl, sulfuric acid, which we called as H2SO4, right? Third category is nitric acid, some of the acids that we prepare in our labs, right? Now here there are some precautions while using such mineral acids, whether you are using at your labs, right, or anywhere. So main precaution is this, that these acids, they are highly corrosive. Right? So what is the meaning of corrosive here? Corrosive means that they can damage your skin if you touch them, right? Or either they can harm some other substances also. So don't handle them with bare hands, right? Firstly, this is the precaution, that don't handle them with bare hands because they are highly corrosive in nature, right? The second thing is this, you don't need to taste these acids. Like organic acids, they are present in the naturally occurring fruits or vegetables, you can say, right? But these acids, they are not present in such edible substances, okay? So these are strictly not meant for our tasting, right? So we must not touch them because they are highly corrosive. They can damage our skin and other substances also. So you must also not handle them carelessly, right? So this is about the mineral acids. So our next topic is about the bases now, because so far we have discussed about the acids, that what acids are, actually they are having what type of taste, right? Which substances we are calling as acidic, and what are the different types of substances, or what are the different types of acidic substances rather, I can say. So next, coming to the concepts are bases. Like acids, the acids, they are sour in taste, right? So that means the bases, what is the taste of bases? They are bitter in taste. They don't contain any acid. And there is also a unique characteristics of bases. That bases, they are soapy in touch. So like I take the example of baking soda. Okay, so if I have taken the solution of baking soda and I am rubbing it between my fingers, right? So they will be giving you soapy touch, soapy, or you can say slippery touch. So this is also the unique characteristics of bases, that they are soapy in touch plus they are bitter in taste. So such substances that are bitter in taste and they are soapy in touch, we call such substances as basic substances, or we call them as base, right? So some of the common examples of bases are, so if we quote some examples of the bases, then the examples are magnesium hydroxide, aluminium hydroxide, very common example, sodium hydroxide, similarly we are having the example of potassium hydroxide, last but not the least, calcium hydroxide, right? So here are some of the examples of bases that are bitter in taste plus they are soapy in touch, right? The magnesium hydroxide, aluminium, sodium, potassium and calcium hydroxide. Now we have done about the acids, we have done about the bases, but we consume some substances also that don't contain any acid and any base. So how we are going to classify them as? So in which category we are going to place them now? If they don't contain acids and if they don't contain base. So the next category of substances that don't show the acidic and the basic behavior, we call such substances as neutral substances, because such substances they neither show the behavior of acids nor the behavior of bases, right? So that means they don't contain acids in them, plus they are also not bitter in taste and soapy in touch. So they neither show the behavior of acids nor the behavior of bases. So such substances we classify them as neutral substances, like pure water. Pure water, in case of pure water, that is not acidic, that is not sour, that is also not bitter, right? So how we are classifying it as neutral. Sugar, we consume sugar, common salts at our homes, right? And again, they are not showing any characteristics of acidic or basic substances. So we call such substances as neutral. Now, in this video or in this session, we have discussed about many things that we can consume, but there are also many things that we can't consume. Like I have discussed the case of mineral acids, that they are highly corrosive in nature and we can't taste them. So how we are going to check whether they are acidic or whether they are basic? So there are some substances that we can't consume, but if we want to know whether they fall in the category of acids or fall in the category of bases, then we are having different types of indicators, right? So we will be studying about the indicators in the next video now. So I hope the concept of acids, bases and neutral substances is clear to you in this video.